This is the story of Leonardo DiCaprio, an actor whose life became a paradox of global admiration and an enduring absence of the one prize he pursued for decades. From a childhood shaped by hardship in East Hollywood to becoming one of cinema's most recognizable figures, his journey reflects ambition, transformation, and cultural obsession. Yet beneath the fame lies pressure, expectation, and emotional cost. This account revisits his rise, struggles, collaborations, and myth-making, exploring how success can coexist with longing and how a man can be celebrated worldwide while still feeling incomplete within himself across the years of life journey worldwide and beyond. Childhood in East Hollywood. Leonardo DiCaprio grew up in a turbulent neighborhood where poverty and instability shaped daily life. Raised primarily by his mother, he experienced financial struggle, frequent moves, and exposure to the harsher realities of Los Angeles streets. His father remained distant but artistic, while his mother worked multiple jobs to support his early ambitions. Despite instability, she nurtured his interest in performance, taking him to auditions across the city. These early experiences formed resilience, teaching him that rejection was constant but not final, and that survival depended on persistence, adaptability, and an unshakable belief in eventual opportunity. Early acting beginnings. He began auditioning for commercials and television roles as a child, often competing with hundreds of others for brief moments in front of casting directors. The process was repetitive and discouraging, yet he learned to adapt quickly to rejection. Small roles in educational programs and advertisements became his entry into the industry. Each opportunity reinforced discipline and confidence in front of the camera. Though success was limited, his persistence distinguished him from many peers who gave up early. Gradually, he developed a reputation as a serious young performer, capable of delivering emotional depth beyond his years eventually. Breakthrough in film. He transitioned from television roles to major film projects, quickly attracting attention for his emotional intensity and natural screen presence. His breakthrough came with a global romantic epic that turned him into an international icon almost overnight. The role demanded vulnerability, charisma, and emotional range that resonated with audiences worldwide. Suddenly, he was no longer an emerging actor, but a cultural phenomenon. Fame brought opportunities, but also scrutiny, as his private life became public interest. Despite overwhelming attention, he remained focused on craft, seeking roles that challenged him beyond the image of youthful stardom, and continued evolving. Oscar nominations and losses. Despite critical acclaim and multiple iconic performances, major award recognition remained elusive. He accumulated several nominations but repeatedly left ceremonies without the coveted award. Each loss became a public narrative, amplified by media commentary and internet humor. Over time, the pattern transformed into a cultural meme, reducing a complex career into a recurring joke. While he publicly downplayed the importance of awards, close observers noted the emotional toll. The lack of recognition contrasted sharply with his industry status, creating a paradox where global fame coexisted with institutional absence that followed him through much of career life. The Scorsese collaboration era. Working repeatedly with acclaimed director Martin Scorsese marked a defining phase in his career. Together, they produced a series of films that explored ambition, corruption, identity, and psychological complexity. These roles allowed him to move beyond youthful stardom into deeper character studies. His performances became more layered, often portraying morally ambiguous figures driven by obsession and desire. Critics praised the collaboration as one of modern cinema's most significant actor-director partnerships. Each film expanded his artistic range, reinforcing his reputation as one of the most committed performers of his generation, and continued shaping his legacy further. The Wolf of Wall Street, Impact. One of his most iconic performances came in a film portraying a morally corrupt financial broker whose excess and charisma defined an era of greed. The role demanded extreme physical comedy, emotional intensity, and fearless improvisation. He fully immersed himself in the character, delivering scenes that pushed boundaries of conventional acting, and the film became a global success and cemented his reputation for transformative performances. Critics widely praised the work as one of his finest achievements, yet award recognition still eluded him that season, continuing the pattern of near misses within the industry awards cycle. Cultural memes and public perception. Over time, his repeated losses transformed into a widespread internet phenomenon. Images and jokes circulated depicting his ongoing pursuit of the elusive award. While humorous in tone, the memes reflected a deeper cultural fixation on his career narrative. He became symbolic of both success and denial, a figure representing how achievement does not always align with recognition. Despite the satire, his body of work continued to expand and earn respect from filmmakers and audiences alike, reinforcing the contrast between public perception and professional reality, while his artistic evolution remained consistent across decades of work journey. Patterns in relationships and public scrutiny. Beyond his professional life, public attention often focused on his personal relationships, which became a frequent subject of media discussion and internet analysis. Observers noted a recurring pattern that fueled online debates and cultural commentary. While much of this attention was speculative or exaggerated, it contributed to his image as a figure constantly under scrutiny. He maintained privacy around personal matters, rarely addressing rumors directly. Despite the noise, he continued prioritizing his work, choosing to keep public and private life largely separate, as public fascination with celebrity culture intensified across global entertainment media landscape. The final Oscar and cultural resolution. After decades of anticipation and repeated disappointment, he eventually received the award that had defined much of his public narrative. The moment was widely celebrated as both personal vindication and cultural closure. Yet reactions were mixed, with some viewing it as overdue recognition rather than a definitive turning point. For him, it symbolized endurance, persistence, and the weight of expectation finally lifted. Although the award marked a milestone, it did not fundamentally redefine his career, which continued evolving with new roles and collaborations that extended into later phases of his artistic journey and beyond. Conclusion: Leonardo DiCaprio's journey reflects the complexity of fame, where success, admiration, and achievement do not always align with internal fulfillment. His career stands as a testament to persistence, artistic evolution, and the emotional weight of public expectation. From childhood struggle to global recognition, his life illustrates both the rewards and costs of devotion to craft. Beyond awards and headlines, the deeper narrative is one of endurance and identity. In the end, his legacy is not defined by a single statue, but by a body of work that continues to shape modern cinema and cultural imagination worldwide and beyond.